sister is in the room with us here. She's very upset she can't be here interacting with Titan right now, or with food, not sure which. But we're going to be talking specifically about how to introduce Titan to new dogs. Now the main thing is that we want to have him on neutral ground when we introduce him to other dogs. The main reason being because if we have a dog on their own property, chances are they're going to get territorial and maybe a little bit defensive about a new dog coming onto that property. So neutral territory, like a park or the beach, someplace that none of the dogs can claim as their own space, is the best place to meet a new dog. Now, we all know that there are rude dogs out there, the ones that just come barreling up right up to your dog and maybe they're not conscious of space. And we want to make sure that Titan's interactions with dogs are as positive as possible. And he's a very, very good boy, and he's very polite when meeting people, but he tends to get a little excited. Just cough that up on my foot there. He tends to get a little excited when he sees other dogs. Now, the excitement that's happening when he sees the dogs is something that we want to stop. We want him to be in a calm state of mind when he meets another dog. So, a lot of exercise before he interacts with that dog is preferable, as well as, of course, being on neutral ground. And by having the energy depleted, he might not have quite as much to put forth in all of the excitement of meeting a new dog. Now, just be conscious of his body language, how he's holding himself. If you know that he tends to kind of puff himself up and get a little bit bigger, no, we wanna try that again. Bring him right back over to you. You can have him go on a little bit of a walk. Say, good. All right, so I want to make sure that he thinks he's doing something here, since we don't have a brand new dog for him to meet and he knows everybody in the back. So, like we did with Moliere in the waiting, which she did a very good job with, we want him to focus. Focusing, I'll go over a little bit more with Titan here since we might have a little bit more time, but timing is very important, and if you work on this at home and make sure that he completely understands the concept of focusing, good, that will be easier when you bring him out around other dogs. And let's say you're walking down the street and there's another dog coming. You don't want him to pay too much attention to the dog until you allow him to. So by making sure that he can maintain eye contact, focusing, that's always preferable. And by doing this in the house, asking him to focus, you can snap your fingers, bring your hand up to your face, using the word focus, yes. As soon as he makes eye contact, you're going to tell him yes or good. And then after that, you can give him a little bit of food. We have some really small pieces of treats for them when they do work on the focus command. Reason being, you don't want to give them a whole bunch of treats. Just a little bit of flavor to get them motivated. Now, because I'm not their owner, and I'm sure they absolutely adore affection from you guys, so it's not going to be the same for me to give him a whole bunch of affection because he doesn't have that close bond with me like he does with you. So I'm able to utilize food and still give him that experience and the whole training process and still have that positive note, and he'll understand what's going on. So we have Titan with us. He's going to be focusing on us like a good boy. And we're going to feel confident. We don't want to be nervous about him meeting another dog. And of course, we're watching the other dog's behavior and body language as well as our own. Now, when we have them interacting with each other, sometimes things can get a little bit testy on the leash. Leash reactivity is not uncommon. And because the dogs are directly attached to you, they're literally connected to you, they're going to protect you, they're going to feed off of your energy, your emotions, and so the end result will be a product of that. So, just remember that leash reactivity does not mean that your dog is dog aggressive or, pushy or anything It's simply a reflection of maybe what you're feeling or what he may usually just do on the leash. So again, we want to have all those really positive experiences. So we have Titan here with us. The other dog is on the other side. Maybe you're in a situation where you have him on the leash and you want to introduce him to a friend's dog. Now the best way to go about doing that is to have them sniff each other's butts. Now, of course dogs do that all the time, but most of the time when they see another dog, they don't use their nose. They use their eyes and their ears. We want to discourage that. We want the nose to start going first. We want him to learn about the dog before he directly interacts with them. So, what we're going to do here is have them go on a walk together, on lead. There. No, sit. Good, sit. Stay. Now we're going to have them, stay. We're going to have them go on a walk. Now it's going to be staggered dog, person, so they're not walking right next to each other. But while they're walking, they're able to move as one. They're not focusing on each other. And if you find that he's focusing a lot on the other dog, we can ask him to focus. Focus. Yes. Good. All right. Come. Good boy. All right, so we have them walking together. They're on that neutral territory there. We're having a good time right now. They haven't actually interacted yet. But then when you find the time is right, when you find that Titan is calmed down after your walk with the other dog, then you can have him on the lead, of course, standing. Maybe give him a little bit of food, something for him to be interested in. Stand position. And you can have the other dog come while holding his head here to sniff his behind. Now it might sound like it's a weird way to go about introducing a dog to another dog. You know, you should just let them off the leash and, you know, see how they interact with each other. But this is the safest way, making sure that they learn as much as possible about each other before they ever meet each other. So just remember, nose to butt is always preferable. Titan, come. Good. Nose to butt is always preferable, and nose to nose, never good. So make sure you have him with you. He's doing a good job. You know, he should be standing. The other dog can come, or sitting on my foot. The other dog can come, sniff his behind. The other dog can turn around with that owner. He can sniff his behind, and you can then see how they would be interacting with each other after they thoroughly investigate each other. So always remember, nose to nose is never good, nose to butt is always preferable, and you want to have them use their nose instead of their eyes and their ears. This way, Titan is able to learn more about that dog instead of just looking at the dog and then making a decision. I should either go over there, or I should protect mom or dad, or what have you. And anytime you notice that maybe he's getting a little bit tense, simply remove him from that situation. Any kind of negative experience with him and another dog might affect his future interactions with dogs. So we want to make sure that every experience he has is as pleasant as possible. Alright, so that's just some information about how to introduce Titan to another dog. And it may seem like a little bit of a process, but making sure that he always has those pleasant interactions will make it easier for him to be introduced to strange dogs later on down the road. And he's still a baby. He is such a big baby. So whatever he does right now may not reflect his true temperament when he's older. So maybe he's a little bit rough with another dog, but let's not forget that he's, of course, a giant puppy. So we will be bringing Miss Molier into this training session along with Titan here. And we will see you later. Bye.
Boy.